Whew. I'm sorry. I'm a little verklempt. Verklempt is emotionally overwhelmed. Uh, just by some posts and some thoughts that people have had, and I'm going to talk about them. And as you see, the title of this video is are the Black Panthers just like the KKK? And I'm going to tell you, no, no. I'm going to give you a history on the Black Panthers and why the Black Panthers came about. Okay, as I know it, and hopefully people will correct me at the bottom if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. So there, for a long time, there was the KKK, and the KKK they did horrific things, and to this day, there's still things that are not being reported. So, and then there's an interesting thing that has happened. So bear with me. So the KKK was around, and there was torture. There was systematic terrorism of the black community. Systematic terrorism of the black community on a constant basis, on a daily basis, on a like almost on an hourly basis, because it was horrific brainwashing that black people felt. There was slavery, and then there was the KKK. It was just this complete like force that was just pressuring. It was just in the media and the propaganda. Still, I think things are definitely getting better. Definitely getting better. How to Get Away with Murder, Scandal, Shades of Grey. There's amazing diversity that is happening in the United States, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. But we do need to address the history, and we do need to see why people are emotionally vested in the situation. So there was the KKK, and there was this whole fear, and then Martin Luther King Jr. came out, the nonviolent movement, and spiritually he was right. Spiritually he was right because for me, because the soul there is no, it just lives forever. There's no such thing as death. There's no such thing as death. So that's one aspect. That's one aspect. At the same time, we live in this world. We live in this world, and having just put yourself on the shoes of a community that has been enslaved, terrorized, uh, undermined. It just put yourself in the shoes of that community, and the pain that would bring, and the fear and the pain and all those elements. Of course, the Black Panthers are going to come out, and the Black Panthers was a group that basically said, "No, we're not going to be nonviolent. If you mess with us, we're going to mess with you too." So it was a force of defense. It was like how America has a military. Well, the black community had the Black Panthers. So, because it got to that point. It got to that point. So when people say, is the KKK no different than the Black Panthers? I say no. No. Because the Black Panthers didn't actively go out and kill and murder and torture innocent people, whereas the KKK did. They deliberately made it a case of systematic. There's a systematic plan and purpose. So that's how they're different. That's how they're very different. And a lot of people want to talk about Beyonce's. When I saw the video, it still resonates in my heart because I feel that pain. I feel that pain. I don't know why. I'm empathic to it, but it hurts me, and I understand when I watch that video. I understand what Beyonce's trying to say, and I feel her power, and I think that it resonates to the core of a human being. What happened after Katrina? What did happen after Katrina? I think those are the questions that we're left with. And Beyonce, a beautiful, beautiful moment where she utilized this horrific circus that we have created, where we inspire children to damage their own brains through sport, where we cheer this. This is a Roman circus. This is our Roman circus. Make no notes about it. O.J. Simpson, football players that have been damaged and spoken out against it, concussion, a movie. I mean, what more do we need? What more do we need? Do we need an army of brain damaged football players to create a villain organization that will just start murdering people? Is that what we need to wake us up to the horrific elements? Now, I have nothing against with the sport itself, but I do believe We have animatronics. We have so many different. The technology is way beyond what it could be. So instead of having these football players go out there in the field, give them a joystick and have them play. So and have robots or have a big screen and make it something revolutionarily different because we can't be that society that hurts our people. And it's not a black and white thing because as you can tell in the football field you have black and white players that are slaves to this machine that and the slavery has seeped into that. So it's a slavery to specific energy. It's an energy. It's not necessarily a black and white thing. And it has many different resonances, but empathy. Empathy. It's a whole tree. There's many different levels. But empathy is an understanding the pain and taking a moment and just letting it sink in and imagine what if because of the color of your skin you were constantly terrorized. You felt constantly terrorized. And, go back to Emmett Till and go back to Trayvon Martin. And it just, you know, when it addresses children, I think that's the moment. I mean, human beings is horrible unto itself. But when you stop life right before it even starts to get itself going, that's just, I know, I know, I know, you know. So, what do you think? What do you think about the whole issue? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts? Very emotional for me. I've been watching the video over and over again. Beyonce, I love you. Love you, Queen Bee. You said everything that we needed to say. And it's beautiful. And it's so beautiful. And you said it when we needed to say it. And Queen Bee, I think that, like I've said this before, there's certain stars that when I meet them, I will just be like, I remember Philip Vanderbosch. Love Philip. Uh, he ran Raising Malawi for a very long time. But the first time I met him, it was at the lobby at the Kabbalah Center, and it was during Purim. And I was totally shaking. I was just like, because of his humanitarian involvement. Oh my gosh, where's this going? Thank you. Know what you want to put here?